Let's see. Second time is a charm. That would be amazing. Let's see. Okay, I think it's working. I have no idea why sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't, because I thought this whole time the issue was the internet, but it clearly isn't. So blessings blast off challenge, and I'm going to repeat a couple of things. So one of them is I'm so blessed that I have internet in the office and that I can finally focus more on the projects and the things that I want to do that I need good internet for. And I know so many people in the world don't have this privilege, so it's a big blessing for me who has it, and for anyone who has internet, and then even more for those who have high internet, like, what is that called? Like, trying to remind myself of the exact terms. That's the other thing. And then the second thing that I really want to say, that I'm so blessed to be able to continue, no matter what I'm dealing with throughout the day in my life, to continue to show up here these 5 days. No matter how much my internal voice sometimes was being disempowering, who was saying, you can't do it, you're not worthy, blah, 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 whatever it was saying in the background, whatever those struggles are, to be able to push through them and to show up here, it is a really, really big deal. And I feel super blessed to have the tools to just continue, to not give up. And I really hope that inspires you. And if any of you would love to connect to the blessings in your life, the challenge is out there for you. You can watch all 5 days. You can even do them all at once. They really are simple. Just take a little bit of time, watch the videos with the instructions, and I promise you're gonna have like major transformation and breakthroughs in your life, like I'm having them. So yeah, and then let's go. And maybe I'll tell you a little bit more of breakthroughs that I'm having right now. But the final day, which is the day 5 of the challenge, is really around, I think this is probably one of the most triggering one, at least for me it is, and I think for a lot of people it would be. In the culture that we live in today, we don't really pick up the phone and call people, you know. Even if we do, we're kind of like, oh, what's their schedule like today? Like, can I just call them? Oh, I don't want to bother. And the final day, it is like, tell 3 people why you are grateful for them in your life. But for me, I really would love for you to call them, okay? For you to be bold, brave, and just do it, because you're gonna feel so good. They're gonna feel so good. And you're gonna realize how much more power you have. You're gonna realize how much more your words matter and you matter. I am sure that if you call somebody and you tell them, thank you for this, this, that, they're gonna say thank you to you for something as well. Like, oh, this is actually bringing some really heavy energy, because I think for me, it's easy for me to call someone up and say thank you for this. Like, literally, I can think of so many people to call them up, even for simple stuff, bigger things, smaller things, you know, whether it's just that they ask me how I'm doing, or they actually gave me some information. I don't know right now. Let me think about it. I don't know. They were into personal development, and I asked them about some resources and they gave them to me. That's to me a really big deal. Or they saw me, you know, crying and upset, and instead of making me feel really bad about it, they were just compassionate. They heard me out. Maybe they even gave some advice, but not in a pushy and kind of way that I feel like growing up, people just like tell you like, oh, shut up, just get over it, you know, nothing is really happening, you're just exaggerating, blah, blah, blah. Thank you, it's a beautiful mustache. Yes, you're right. So yeah, And like, compliments like this, they're beautiful. I appreciate your compliment. Lolas Los. I don't know what your name is. Um, that's an European woman for you. We have beautiful mustaches. And was the other thing. So yeah, like being grateful, that's a really big deal. Like for people in my life to do that is a really big deal. But it can be even as simple as, well, this is not really that simple, but I grew up in a culture where people cook food, it's homemade a lot. And every time I would go to like my cousin home, they would always have something to share with me that's homemade. And they will be like, they'll be like sharing it with me. And to me, that was really, really nice. It was super special. Though now I realize, because now, I lived on my own, I cook my own meals. I know how much hard work and dedication goes into it. So yeah, so that's one thing. And then the other thing that I think is that we live in a culture where people text a lot. Like these people right here who are clearly trying to offend me and say some like really mean things, but I'm not offended by it. I actually find it as a compliment. I embrace who I am. This is me, and you don't like it, well, that's your problem, not mine. I have nothing to do with it. So, and here's my husband with a little bit of loving and supporting words. Thank you, baby. I love you too. So yeah, that's one thing. So going back to telling 3 people why you're grateful for them in your life. The other option that I have for you, so I'm going to give you 2 options. One is you can call someone, which I would prefer that you do. It might be uncomfortable if you've never done this before, but if you have done it, still be a little bit uncomfortable. Like I've done this before in the past, but it's been a little while. So, and I think I did it once recently, not like intentionally calling people to say thank you. Then the other option for you is to just, oh my God, there's a bunch of people joining. Thank you for being here. Is to send them a voice message or audio. Do I still think that's like getting off the hook? You're not being that bold. I think picking up the phone and calling them. Thank you, baby. I see you joining me at different spots. YouTube, Instagram. Thank you. And thanks for everybody else who's joining. Abdel and Sonando. Like, yeah, I really, really appreciate you being here. So call someone, and thanks for saying it's a top live here. I'm glad you like it. So hopefully you get bold and you call someone. It doesn't have to be tonight, or I don't know what time zone you're in, but you can call them tomorrow and tell them why you're so grateful for them in your life. What is that makes them so special for you and continues to make them special? There's people in my life that have done something maybe once a really long time ago, and I still remember it. And I feel like that still is relevant today. That is still relevant today. And it means the world to me. It really means the world to me. So this is really the thought that I want to leave you with. You might feel like it's scary to call someone, but you will feel so good afterwards. You'll feel so rewarded. And you would also feel like you made someone's day, because I guarantee you, this will make that person's day. Even if another person called them, did the same exact thing, you would still be the biggest part of their day. Hi, Nikunj. Nice to see you here. Hope you're doing well. There's a big time difference between us. Like what, 14 hours? About something. Thanks to being here. So yeah. Give them a call. Don't worry. Don't think too much. Just literally write three names down. Why? And just pick up the phone. Don't worry about them being busy. Don't worry about, like, is this the right time? How am I gonna sound? It would all flow. You won't believe it, but if you just let your heart speak, you will find your way. And it would be perfect. Like, I've done this. That's the reason why I like, it's just like, it's so magical. And like when you do it, it just releases something from you. Like if you had something that you were carrying really heavy, it kind of like you putting it out, right? Because you are creating a new relationship with this person. Because when you're basically seeing them, you're leaving them being seen. We all want to be seen, like it or not. This is us. Some of us more than others, but every single person in this life wants to be recognized for the work that they do, for who they are, to be part of a community, to be loved, to be respected, to be a contribution. And you're just gonna leave them seen for what they are in your life. And that is one of the most special things you can do for anyone. And I'm gonna leave you with that thought. I would love to hear in the DMs of your experience and things that you're grateful for in your life for the past few days, and maybe even who you called. You don't have to give me their name. I'm probably not even know who that is, but you can say, I don't know, I called a friend, or I called 2 friends, or I called my mom, or I called, I don't know, my high school teacher, or whoever might be. If you feel comfortable, share with me on Instagram, DM me, and have a beautiful weekend. Until very soon. Lots of love. Have fun. Have safe fun. And keep on healing and taking care of yourself. Bye.